So when I decided I wanted to be a professional musician, I didn't know what I was doing, so I went out and I joined a band. There were 6 of us in the band, and the best paying gig we could find was the bookstore, the local bookstore, and all 6 of us would come in. We'd do a 90-minute concert. They would pay us $60 in gift certificates. There was no way to make money. It was all we could get. So what I did, I got on the phone. I didn't call places in Indiana or Illinois anymore. I started calling places in Los Angeles, Seattle, San Francisco, Portland, Oregon, and I was like, hey, we're coming through town. And they hired us with real money. And I learned the secret of the suitcase expert. You go 3,000 miles to do something, people automatically assume you must be really good at it. Opportunity, it's not something we create. Opportunity is something we find. Just like down in Nashville. When I go down to Nashville, I have friends, songwriters. My friend Derek George. Derek, he's written songs for Rascal Flatts and Hootie and the Blowfish, Hannah Montana. The list goes on and on. The dude makes a lot of money selling songs. And last time we were hanging out in the studio working on one of my tunes, and I was like, Derek, here's my chance. What's the secret to writing songs for the stars? And he was like, well, writing songs just like basketball. And I was thinking, what? But here's what he said. He said, writing songs is just like basketball. Because what would happen if your team went out on the basketball court and in the entire game, your team took the ball, throw it up the hoop. Only one time. You're gonna lose that game. But what if your team goes out on the court and your team takes the ball and throws it up the hoop 300 times? Your chances of winning go way up. Selling songs, selling anything, works the same way. My friend Derek, he has more than 350 meetings every year trying to sell songs. For every show I booked on that tour out west, I'd make 50 phone calls for every person who got interested. Now, every piece of art has 3 components. Every song, every painting, every movie. The easiest one to see, the artwork itself. Michelangelo's Sistine Chapel, one of the most amazing, most beautiful pieces of art in the world. But this artwork does not exist in isolation. This piece of art was created by an artist, Michelangelo himself. Artist and artwork, but there's more to it than just an artist and the artwork. That third component is the most important part. The audience. Every piece of art has an audience. If you don't have an audience, it's not art, because that's what art is. It's communication. And the best, the most successful artists, they know the audience is the most important part. The audience, they're right at the top. And the best artists, they listen to their audience. And they ask themselves, what would my audience like? What would they enjoy? And then they go and they build that piece of art just for that audience. And that, when an artist builds artwork just for the audience, that is what makes the audience become fans. Once you have fans, they will not let you fail. They push you into that rock star zone. That's how rock stars are born. It's not about the art. It's about the fans. And every business has these same 3 components. We don't call it artwork, but every business has goods and services. We don't call ourselves artists, but the CEO, the employees, the sales team out there putting it in people's hands, you are part of that artistic team. And we don't call them the audience, we say customers, but those customers, they are your audience. And the best and most successful businesses, they listen to their audience. They know who the audience is. They build those goods and services just for them. And the sales team is what holds it together. Rock stars sell their audience every day. Who is your audience? What do they want? What do they really want? I worked for years thinking my audience wanted music and entertainment. And one day I sat down with an accountant and we ran all the numbers and she helped me put them all together and categorize them, and there it was, right there in black and white. I'm looking at the numbers and I can see my ticket sales, all the ticketed events, public events, selling tickets, and my CD sales, my music, that was only 20% of my gross income. 80% of my gross was coming from educators, hiring me and our team to come in and get the teachers and the students excited about reading. 80%. And I realized I'm not selling music. I'm selling motivation. And the moment I realized that, all these opportunities opened up, all these opportunities that I'd never seen before. They were right there waiting for me.